Hi guys, Sherlock's Apprentice here, aka Mike. Um, and here is part three of my Bible decode and the Exodus route. A little bit delayed doing the part three. That's life for you. But I'm hoping that I don't keep you guys waiting any longer and finish parts three, four, and five quickly for you. So you can see how I came to my roots. Let's just get things going. So, my Bible decode. So, I always want to do this disclaimer first. So, just give me a few seconds, guys, because I really don't want to upset anybody. So, it's very important that I state from the beginning I am no biblical scholar, and the information I am about to present in this series of presentations is just my personal observations and hypotheses. In no way am I trying to question anyone's beliefs or faiths in the scriptures or any of the religions. I know there are countless biblical scholars who know the history of the Bible far better than I ever could. I am just pointing out findings that I thought were interesting and maybe show possible alternative translations and meanings to the scriptures. I was brought up a Roman Catholic, and as a Christian, I truly believe in the Almighty Creator. Although I no longer see myself as a Roman Catholic, my connection with the Almighty has never been stronger than it is now since discovering the truth of where we live. Since then, I have tried to discover who is really running, controlling this world, and to do that, I found myself going back to the Bible. So, part three, my proposed route. This section is getting to the juicy parts, is where I think the Exodus possibly took place. Please remember these ideas are only my hypothesis and I have zero proof. So please don't get offended by my ideas. Maybe it's divine intervention or fate or coincidence, but while making this presentation, I came across some videos from 11 years ago on YouTube that helped indirectly confirm my theories of the Exodus route. So let's start by taking each point and location one by one in detail and see why I came up to my conclusion. Here is a reminder of the main locations of the Exodus. Let's get a pointer going. So, point one, beginning from Pi-Ramasses and the land of Goshen. Two, on Exodus 13:17, it states, when Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter. Point three, Exodus 13:20, after leaving Succoth, they camped at Etham on the edge of the desert. 4, Exodus 14:2, tell the Israelites to turn back and encamp near Pi-Hahiroth, between Migdol and the sea. They are to encamp by the sea directly opposite Baal-Zephon. So point one, Pi-Ramasses and the land of Goshen. Looking at maps today, it is impossible to find a city called Pi-Ramasses that was built around 1300 BC. So I looked at towns and cities with similar names and those that are about one day's journey from the biblical town of Succoth. The land of Goshen, also called the land of Rameses, is the place the Hebrews lived while in Egypt, but seems to be different possible locations in the Bible. So one is in the Nile Delta, two is a city in Judah, and three an area of land in Judah. So here's Exodus 8:22. During the 10 plagues, the land of Goshen is mentioned twice, and where the Hebrews lived. Exodus 8:22, 9:26. Here, and I will set apart in day that, the land of Goshen, which my people dwell. And here, only in the land of Goshen, there the sons of Israel know there was hail, meaning there was no hail. Goshen, or Gesam, means cultivated or to labor. Very apt for the Hebrew workers working for the Egyptians. And then Joseph invited his family to Egypt, to the best part of the land of Goshen. So in Strong 1657, Goshen, here a district in Egypt, also a city in South Judah. So where is Goshen? So I use Bible Hub to where they think Goshen is, and you have here mentioned as a country in the south of Judah, and a town in the southwest parts of the hill country of Judah. The exact limits of the district in Egypt are not known, but it was somewhere in those parts of east of the Delta where the name appears on the map. And now it currently is in Sekia, 40 miles south of Jerusalem. So this in Bible Help was interesting, but then you have here simply a district in Egypt, also a city in South Judah. Another reference, without reading all of it, you can pause and read obviously any of the information I give you guys. So in the Septuagint, I should say, Land of Goshen, unto Goshen, the words into the land of Ramasses. So the land of Goshen was also referenced as the land of Ramasses, Geshem of Arabia. This name Arabia means in Egyptian usage either generally all land east of the Nile, as a special district, the Nom Arabia. So Sakia seems to mean the same as Sakyaya. Sorry, guys, I'm trying my best with some of these. Or water wheel. This is possibly a reference to Beersheba, which is also around about 40 miles south of Jerusalem, and is the well or spring of seven, and that's where Beersheba name comes from. Interest in Arabia means all the land east of the Nile. The land of Rameses is the land of Goshen. Sorry, guys. So more references I found. Yeah, land of Rameses or Goshen. Again, I won't read all of this, but it's just more references to these two names: the land of Goshen, the land of Rameses. Better if I do it in full screen. Sorry, guys, I was a little bit behind here. From these renderings, we must assume the names Geshem, Goshen, and the land of Rameses all refer to the same area, which is found in the eastern portion of the Nile Delta. This is where they believe, although that considered part of Egypt today, it is viewed as part of Arabia when it came to Jacob and Joseph. So there really is some confusion, I would say, about where is the land of Ramesses, where is the land of Goshen. So the land of Goshen, the land or country of Goshen, is in an area in the kingdom of Judah, according to the book of Joshua. Joshua 10:41. From Kadesh Barnea, which is South Palestine, to Gaza and all the country of Goshen as far as Gibeon, which is which is northwest of Jerusalem. Well, this is not in the Nile Delta. So we have in the Bible what seems to be land of Goshen at one time being in the Nile Delta, and then in southern Judea. So going to 1014, using this map, here's Kadesh Barnea. So from Kadesh Barnea to Gaza, here's Gaza. We know all about Gaza today. and all the country of Goshen as far as Gibeon. And here is Gibeon. Okay, Gibeon it says on this map, but other maps you'll see it written as Gibeon, which is just north of Jerusalem. So land of Goshen was all of this area, according to Joshua 10:41. So basically, west of the Dead Sea. Like here again, thus took Joshua all the land, this mountain country, and all the Negev. Negev means the south, and all the land of Goshen, and the lowland, and the plain. They've set here the Jordan plain. I never like these brackets where they add something, but let's go with it. And the mountains of Israel and its lowlands. This is not talking the Nile Delta. So here, Joshua 11:16, all the mountain country, all the Negev, I've said, means south, land of Goshen, lowlands, the Sheplah, the Jordan Valley, and all the mountains and the lowlands of Israel. So it's safe to assume the land of Goshen is in the area of the Sheplah up to Gibeon. So here is another map. Here's the Jordan Valley from the Dead Sea to the Sea of Galilee. Here's the western mountains. Here's the Negev, the south. Beersheba's down here. Kadesh Barnea. Gaza's here. So here, the Sheplah. Yeah. So the Sheplah means lowlands. Yeah. So all of the land of Goshen and the lowlands. So it's mentioning in this area again. So, assuming that all major cities and capitals are historically built in areas with resources, protection, water, etc., then we can assume that Pithom, some people think it's Pi-Athom, but in the Bible we can see it's Pithom, and Pi-Ramasses were built near the land of Goshen and near where historically large cities were or are today. So I believe today's cities of Jerusalem, Bethlehem, and Ramallah are good candidates, also considering some similarities with the names. Today's city of Ramallah was called Ramah in the Bible and is next to Gibeon, which we already discovered was part of the land of Goshen. So first looking at the map here, this is again from Bible Hub. Here is Ramah, which is today Ramallah. Here is Gibeon. Here is Jerusalem. Here is Bethlehem. Okay. And west of here would be what would be considered the land of Goshen. I found another reference in a Hebrew dictionary when he was talking about names, and we have Ramah, the son of Cush, Ramasses, a city built by Hebrews, and then down here, Ramah, a city of Benjamin, and this area is called Benjamin, situated near Jerusalem. It was a name also in the city of Naphtali, which I believe is actually near the Sea of Galilee. But there is references here between Ramasses and Ramah, and today there is a city today called Ramallah, which is in today's Palestine area in Israel. So, point 2, Exodus 13, the way of the Philistines. When Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter, for God said, if they face war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. So here's 13:7. And it came to pass when had let go Pharaoh, the people, that not did he lead God, way of the land of the Philistines. although it was for God said, lest perhaps change their minds, the people, when they see war and return to Egypt. I first thought this was a reference to not pass through the land of Philistia, which we on the southwest coast of Palestine, and sorry, the typo there, which we saw on the Exodus routes. I said in part 2, but with deeper research, I discovered that there was an ancient pass from Memphis in Egypt to Mesopotamia called the Way of the Philistines. This is one of the 4 main trade routes through Palestine at the time, from Egypt to Mesopotamia. And this is what I come across in those videos 11 years ago. So the Way of the Philistines is also called Via Maris, or Way of the Sea. It has many other names: Via Maris, Way of the Sea, Way of the Philistines, the International Coastal Highway, or the Great International Route. The route was from Memphis, Cairo to Damascus, although this trade route continued on from Damascus to Mesopotamia. So here is Wikipedia's page on Via Maris, and here you can see one of the earlier names was the Way of the Philistines, and that's what's referenced in the Bible, and there are other names here. Again, I will not read all this, guys. Please pause or obviously go to Wikipedia yourselves, easier. So here are some maps showing the way of the land of the Philistines, or the way of the sea. So there's Gaza, you can see. Yeah, so from Egypt, so there's your signs to Egypt, and it was a trade route through today Israel and Palestine. Yeah, on the way to Mesopotamia and Damascus. Here's another map showing pretty much the same route. Megiddo here. We'll come to Megiddo later. Hazor, another reference point. Mount Hermon going on to Damascus. So this is one of the main 4 trade routes. In ancient times, there were 4 main trade routes or highways. 1, Via Maris, or the Way of the Philistines, here shown as the coastal highway on this map. Here you can see coastal highway. 2, the Road of the Patriarchs, or the Way of Shur. And this is literally going through Jerusalem, across all today's main cities, and meeting up with the Way of the Philistines. The Rift Valley was a path or road just east of the Jordan River initially. And the King's Highway is in Jordan. And you can see here. So these 4 routes were trade routes, if you like, today's motorways, through Israel and Palestine of today. So here's another map I found, okay, showing the physical features of Israel. Here again, the Way of the Sea, Way of the Philistines. There's the dotted line, okay, Way of Shur, or the Way of the Patriarchs. I'm looking into the patriarchs and how they use this route. There's lots of cross references. We have the wilderness of Judah here. Yes, so there is a path this way, and then the King's Highway, which I said was through. Here it says the Arabian Desert, which is today Jordan, going up to Damascus. So again, going back to 13:7, you can see of the land of the Philistines. They led them of the land of the Philistines. So this was the land of the Philistines, this green area. 13:18, by so God led them by the way of the wilderness. So God said, do not go by the land of the Philistines. Now, remember, I believe that our starting point is somewhere around Jerusalem. It could even be Jerusalem. And the way of the wilderness, well, the way of the wilderness is this direction, going this way north, the wilderness of Judah. In Exodus 13, 17, 18, we see that they did not take the way of the Philistines, but the way of the wilderness. From Jerusalem or Ramallah, that area, where we also believe is the land of Goshen. The Judean desert, the wilderness of Judah, is to the east, away from the road of the patriarchs. So they didn't follow the way of the patriarchs. They didn't go the way of the wilderness. They were, sorry, the way of the sea. They went the way of the wilderness. So the Judean desert, and desert is referenced as wilderness. So here's a reference to the Judean desert, and here is a map from Wikipedia where it says, so if they started in Jerusalem area, Ramallah would be just north here. They could have gone straight this way, north. They could have gone this way. Remember, we're saying Goshen is here. So if the Hebrews are already here in the land of Goshen, then this way would be shorter, or even the road of the patriarchs. But no, God led them the way of the wilderness. This is what I think this is referencing. So from Ramallah towards the Judean desert, the way of the wilderness, along the foothills north, as shown on this map in red, is about 32 miles. So I use Google Maps, Google Earth, and you can see here Jerusalem. Just north of Jerusalem is Ramallah, which I believe could possibly be Pi-Ramasses. This is the land of Goshen. So instead of going this way, sorry, this number 6 route of today, and then this is Megiddo going through, sorry, Megiddo's here, and then going this way through. They could have gone this way through, but instead they went the way of the wilderness. So from here to here is about 32 miles. So that's the first part of the route, guys. Please keep following the videos. The next one, part 4. I don't want to make these too long, so people can take them in bite chunks. But also, if there's any copyright on YouTube or something like that, I can then amend one video or something like that rather than amend a two-hour video. So this is why I'm doing it, guys. Thanks for watching this one, and I'm going to get straight on to part 4. Thanks, guys.